He's going to be a great assembly person. He's going to be a fantastic assembly person. He is Harlem grown. He's Harlem's own. He's authentic. I know his heart and his soul. I know his passion. And all he does want to do is get things done and make this community a better place.
Welcome back to Inside City Hall. That was Keith Wright, the Manhattan Democratic Party chair, talking about his son and my next guest, Jordan Wright, who defeated a crowded field of opponents in a primary for a state assembly seat in Harlem on Tuesday. Wright won with over 48% of the vote and now sets his sight on the general election in November. If successful, he'll hold the seat once held by his father. That seat is currently held by Assemblywoman Inez Dickens, who is retiring at the end of the year. Wright's campaign focused on affordable housing, workforce development, public safety, and more. Jordan Wright joins me now to talk more about his victory. Welcome to the program. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Bobby. I really appreciate it.
So, everybody refers to the fact that your father is Keith Wright. Obviously, we played a soundbite from him. I wonder, what you think of that. Does it seem like too much sometimes to be associated with your dad, or do you find that it's been only helpful for you in politics?
It's been nice. I enjoy being able to be places with my father. I enjoy being able to be associated with him. But, when it comes down to it, I'll be in Albany by myself, sitting at the table by myself, negotiating, and I'll make those decisions as they happen. I look forward to having the resources to be able to call certain folks, including my father, to make sure that we're doing the right things, the best things for Harlem. But, either way, it'll be me up there making the decisions, and I look forward to making sure things get done the right way.
I wonder what sort of things you've learned from him or tips that he gave you when it came to campaigning. You're only 29, right?
Yes.
29?
Yes.
And this is the first time you yourself had run for public office, so you probably got some pointers from your elders, right?
Well, right, learning by osmosis. My 29 years on this earth, I say being my father's son aren't everything, but it's also not nothing. I look forward to, serving my community. As a 29-year-old, I'll be 30. My birthday's August 30th. Hopefully, if I win the general election, I'll be 30 by the time I start in Albany. But, being my father's son, it's meant a lot to me. I've been in meetings with him, very tense ones, very calm ones where he's cutting deals, and I took all those lessons, and I'll take them as I keep going forward in my career.
Did you always see yourself in politics as a career when you were growing up?
I graduated from Syracuse in 2017, and I've done a number of things since then. I've been an educator, I've worked in public relations, and then I managed a campaign for Yusuf Salaam, and now I'm the chief of staff, and now, won this primary. So, that's kind of what I've seen. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to try a number of different things, but I'm very happy with where I've settled.
So let's talk about Albany going forward. You do have a Republican opponent in the general election in November, so you got a little bit more work to do.
Right.
But we all know it's a heavily Democratic district, so you will be the overwhelming favorite in that race. If you do get sent to Albany, what do you see as your priorities once you get there?
I'm looking forward to being, an environmental champion. That's one thing I'd like to do, making sure, I'm a child that grew up watching Inconvenient Truth. So I want to make sure that, I campaign during 10 days of early voting during an incredible heat wave. So I want to be sure that, we're looking forward to making sure the environment is taken care of, especially in an area like Harlem, which has a lot of water surrounding it. Making sure, affordable housing, economic workforce development, the things that I campaigned on. I want to keep those promises, make sure that Harlem knows that I'm here for them, going to be fighting for them in Albany at all times.
There's been a lot made, both this campaign cycle and previous ones, about the split in the Democratic Party between the progressive wing and the moderate wing. I wonder where you see yourself on that spectrum. Do you identify as a progressive?
I see myself as a bridge builder, very pragmatic. I have the support of everyone from, Jumaane Williams, our public advocate, Brad Lander, our comptroller, to the outgoing Assemblywoman Inez Dickens. And I think that, all that support will help me make the right decisions that are the best for Harlem.
Let me ask you about a couple of specific issues that you will have to confront when you get to Albany early next year. For one thing, congestion pricing obviously has been a big story the last few weeks. Governor Hochul wants state legislative leaders to come up with some kind of funding plan to fill that hole that's been created by the pause that she placed on congestion pricing. I guess one question is, did you agree with her decision to put a pause on the plan?
No, I think that we should have gone forward. I think that we should have seen what it was going to look like, after a year of congestion pricing, and then seeing what's happening. For example, I know many Harlemites that would love the 2nd Avenue subway to, be on its way uptown. So I think that we need to do what we can to ensure that, we get that funding in, and I think congestion pricing was the best way to go about it, seeing as it was a long road to get there. And I think we can make changes, as we see congestion pricing go through. But the moment that, we start making pauses and start making decisions like that, I think that we're, going up a slippery slope. So I think that we should have, seen congestion pricing, see it through, see what it's like, make changes thereafter.
Another issue, you may not have even had much time to think about this because it's only come up in the last couple of weeks and you just won your primary 2 nights ago, but Governor Hochul's been talking about banning masks on the subway in a response to some of the anti-Semitic incidents that we've seen with people who had their faces covered. That would require legislative action, so that might be another question that you have to grapple with as soon as you get to Albany, if and when you get to Albany. How do you feel about the proposed mask ban?
Well, to your point, I haven't had much time to think about that as we go. That's a real recent issue, and I think that one thing that I know is that, masks are something that were very popular in society not too long ago during the pandemic, and now there's something else that's been turned on its head. But I think we need to do things in a very cautious, pragmatic kind of way, and I'm looking forward to taking the time, looking at these issues and making those decisions thereafter.
So have you been hearing from some prominent Democrats? If you join the Assembly, you'll be led by Assembly Speaker Carl Hastie of the Bronx. Have you had a chance to talk to the
Absolutely. Had a good conversation with the Speaker over text. I look forward to working with him. The Speaker is someone that I've known a very long time. I remember playing basketball with him, when I used to go up to Albany with my father. So again, these are folks that I've known pretty long time, and I'm looking forward to working with them.
Have you heard from the mayor? Have you talked to Mayor Adams?
No, I've not heard from the mayor yet.
So you know your way around Albany. Did you spend a lot of time there with your dad when he was up there during session?
I did. During the winter breaks when I was in school, I used to go up to Albany with him. That's how we would spend time together, spend a lot of time there around the budget time, really see how it worked, see how the sausage was made. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I used to run around the Capitol, as a little child. I'm looking forward to walking the halls as an adult.
So I mentioned there is a general election in November. What is your plan for that campaign? Obviously, it's going to be a very different race than the one that you've just been through these last few months.
Same as always. Run like I'm 20 points behind. Make sure the residents of Harlem know who I am, why I'm running, let them know that I love my community, and, nothing will change.
All right. Well, congratulations on your win. Now the hard part starts. That you've been elected. But thanks for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Bobby. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. All right.